Rise and shine, beloved great grand rising. Come on in. We are here. We are here. Let me just go ahead and do a great grand rising on Facebook. Take this moment, tag your friends, tag your family members, let them know Spiritual Success TV is live today. All right. And we're going to dive right on in today with our year end energy check in. So let me just go ahead and get that up. And we should be live on Facebook. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Let me put a grand rising up here. Come on, talk back to me. Let's get the comments going today. Yes, there we go. All righty. So with that being said, beloved, we are here. Come on, let's get centered and let's activate the success mind. We breathe. We exhale. We ground ourselves because we are rooted and grounded in truth. So with that being said, if you are in my community, you've gotten emails from me over the past week that we are in our year-end energy check-in. Why are we here? Why are we doing this, beloved? Because as usual, you want to be able to recalibrate. You want to end this year strong, and you want to enter the new year empowered. This is the time of the year in the West here where we are counting down the end of a year, preparing to enter into the next version of what we call a new year. All right. So what I really want to talk about today, beloved, is I want to talk about really safeguarding yourself as we are in this check-in. All right. So go ahead, beloved, and come on, give me a great grand rise and let me know that you are here. Right. So I want to really encourage you to safeguard yourself as we are counting down, coming to the end of this year. We want to do an energy check-in. We're going to do a full-blown energy audit just in the next couple of days. Why are we doing this? Because no one will be better at helping you to navigate all the noise of 3D and bring you out and up into something greater. So when we talk about your energy and your life force, I want us to really take a moment today because we've been asking the question, what's draining your energy? Your energy is sacred, right? We took a look at where is it going, what's draining your energy. But I want to focus today more on safeguarding, protecting your sacred energy, which is your life force. Please write that down. We're talking about that life force. Grand Rising, Lisa, thanks for joining us live, right? When you are feeling weak, you're not feeling strong in your body, you're not feeling like yourself, we want to get that strength and that vitality back, that like what they used to say of Superman, leap tall buildings. You know, how did that go? Leap tall buildings with a single bounds. We want to feel that kind of strength, energy, and vitality. It doesn't matter how many trips around the sun you've made. This is about your spirit. This is about your life force. Please put that in your notes. Your life force, my life force. I want us to make sure that we are guarding that, protecting that, and then building it up. So in just a few days, we're going to do a full-blown energy audit. Full-blown. And we're going to take our time because this, beloved, I'm telling you, if you want to really see your life change, if you want to begin to walk through this earth with confidence, certainty, assurity, I'm calling you in today. This is a clarion call. And I'm saying, come on in, come on in, come on in, turning inward to your rich inner life, because we want to start safeguarding and protecting our life force. So we asked the question last week, right? What's draining you? Where's your energy going? So we're looking at that, but I really want you to be so honest with yourself, because many times it's not even about who on the outside, but what you're doing to yourself that's draining your energy. So I'm going to look at a few major components today, because the focus from this point on is going to be identifying, separating, and building up. Put that in the notes. Identifying, separating, and building up. ISB. Identify, separate, and then build up. Your life force, your energy is the most expensive part of your being that's going to allow you to be able to continue to move through this 3D realm with purpose. So on November 22nd, those in the community, you know this, we had a powerful visitation, and we drew a line of demarcation, and the word came through that every step we take from that point on will be meaningful, purposeful, intentional, and profitable. Can you write that down? See, beloved, it's all about getting anchored, feeling yourself anchored and stable and grounded. You have to protect your life force, because with all the craziness happening in 3D, all the toxins and pollutants that's in the air, the degeneration and the degrading of the quality of the food and the nutrients that we take in, our immune system, our bodies, our nervous system is in overload. So we want to come back. We want to get grounded. You want to be rooted. You want to be grounded, and you want to be so consciously aware of your life force. It's all about your life force. So when we look at what are the obligations, we want to identify, right? Identify, separate, and build. Identify, separate, and build, ISB. What are the obligations that you have that you know is draining your life force? It's weakening you. You're not getting any benefit in return other than you're constantly giving out. And in this obligation, other people's responsibilities, other people's commitments, other people's deficiency, other people's emergency. You know, we have a saying in our community, when it's like this, when obligations start draining you, you really have to be conscious enough to know, I cannot allow someone else's neglect, misappropriation, mismanagement become my emergency. Just because now it's their emergency does not make it your emergency. And so what are the obligations that you are committed to that's draining your life out? Can we take a deep breath right here? Because we want to declare something. And exhale. I can live the way I desire to live. No more I have to, I need to, I should. It's only now, what am I meant to do? Every single day you're going to tap in and you're going to connect. What am I meant to do in this season? Not I should, I need to, I have to. Come on. I train those in my community. We don't use that language because we're not fighting with ourselves. We're not battling with ourselves, right? We're just doing what we know to do. So we want to safeguard our energy, our life force. We want to be able to separate ourselves from all of these man-made responsibilities that doesn't belong to you. Can you put that in your notes? This doesn't belong to me. You have to start identifying what no longer belongs to you. Things that you are involved in, you're connected to, you're giving yourself over to, it has nothing to do with you. Nothing to do with you. So other people's emergency can no longer become your emergency, especially when you have the knowing in your spirit, this is not what needs to be done. And it's when you're dealing with family and loved ones and long-term friendships, there come a time, beloved, where you have to make some hard decisions when you recognize and identify, this doesn't work for me. Every time I'm around them, I feel drained. I was a part of a network here, and every Friday, we would have meetings for leadership and for pastors. And this is what I'm saying, because sometimes you know you need help, you know you need support, but you need the right help, you need the right support. So I was consistently going to those meetings with all these other pastors. This is back when I was in full-time pastoral ministry. And I would go to those meetings every Friday. And then one day, I recognized, I identified, because you could be so busy in the routine of something, fulfilling the obligation of something, that you're not hearing your soul. Sadness is an indication that your soul is ready to move on. So I started recognizing and identifying, why is it that every week when I leave those meetings, I'm in a melancholy, depressive state? It had been, I want you to hear this, because we keep moving and we keep doing what we're obligated to do. And our bodies and our soul are sending messages through sadness, through boredom, through fatigue, through frustration, and we're not hearing the messages. What we do is we go and soothe ourselves, whatever way you choose to do it. Rather it's eating, rather it's shopping, whatever it is, you start soothing yourself rather than stopping and paying attention to the message that your soul is giving you. And finally, I had to recognize, after several, probably months, I asked myself the question, why am I so sad every time I leave here, right? Hey, Reese, thanks for joining us live. Just happy to see you here, right? I had to ask myself, every time I leave these pastoral meetings, I feel sad. I feel melancholy. I'm in a lightweight depression. And so I had to slow down enough to recognize that my soul, my mind, will, emotions, see the intellect, appetite, it was giving me feedback. And so finally, when I slowed down to identify, I had to admit to myself, I'm not, watch this. This is important, you guys, because I know you have pockets in your life where you can identify this, where I had to admit, I'm not like them. I'm not concerned about the things that they're concerned about. What moves them and excites them was not moving me or exciting me. This is when you start getting into real identity. And I recognize that connection at the level that it was on at that time was not helping me. It was draining me. So, it seemed like a good thing. Things that drain your energy don't necessarily have to be bad, wicked, or evil. It's a misalignment for you at what season you are in. So what are we doing? Identifying, separating, and then building up. I had to separate from that group because nothing about what they were doing Nothing about what they were focused on was in alignment with the assignment I was being asked to fulfill. You need to write that down. You have to separate, especially when it's an obligation or commitment, and you know that you said yes before you fully knew what you were saying yes to. It's all about boundaries, right? And again, for our sake, we don't treat people badly. We don't cut people off. We don't treat people like they are poison. We don't do any of that. We simply put the right boundaries in place. Boundaries in place, what I call loving boundaries, have nothing to do with you isolating yourself and not speaking and not talking to people. Boundaries simply mean, loving boundaries is that you are setting up things to build yourself up that may not include that monthly gathering or that weekly gathering, right? So you start identifying what's draining my energy, because when your energy is drained, that is your precious life force. Write that down. My energy is my life force. It is my God force. It is my ability to move and create what I'm supposed to be creating in this world. So in a few days, we're going to do a full-blown energy audit. You need to do this. I do it every quarter. I do it on a monthly basis, but something big on a quarterly basis. But at the end of the year, it's now time to do a full-blown energy inventory and do this audit so that you're seeing in each area and category of your life. And I'm going to have the ebook ready for you this week. You have to see where you have grown, because if you're not tracking and if you're not paying attention, you will not see where you have grown. You will not understand what's draining your energy. What is a subtle energy drain that's operating covertly, right? Versus a big energy drain that you know that's open, right? Overtly. We have to start looking at this, because in this season, I feel this with every fiber of my being, beloved. There is a door open. We have a door open, a door of opportunity. But you're going to need to be operating at full capacity, at full potential. Until you get your energy right, you're not going to see right. You're not going to think right. You're not going to decide right. You're not going to know. Your intuition is going to be foggy and off base. You're going to be too tired. You're going to be too tired to take the steps that you need to take. That's how important this is. Y'all talk back to me if this is making any sense to you. So again, what are those subtle clues? What are the subtle clues that your soul is sending? I know you all feel these. You could be fine moving through the day, but there's an undercurrent of sadness, right? The sadness is saying, I'm ready to move. I'm ready to do something different. So this week, I want you to notice when you hit a pocket of sadness, you hit a pocket of loneliness. For some of you, if you're honest, it's been there for a long time. When I started doing this for myself, I had to recognize this has been here for a long time. My soul has been knocking on my door saying, I'm ready to move. And I was overriding it by soothing myself. But this is the time I want to connect with you. I want to partner with you while you go in and ask the question to your soul. What is it that I'm really longing for? What is it that I truly desire? I want you to hear this, because this is real. This is important. For some of us, myself included, we have suppressed this many years. many years. I can go back to the early 80s. Yeah. I could go back to the early 80s when I was on maternity leave with my second child, with my son. This is when I started noticing that I was consciously creating a soothing pattern, right? I was consciously creating a soothing pattern. So I'm on maternity leave. This is my second child. I had a period of postpartum depression in there. Thank God it was mild, but I still understood what it was. It wasn't severe where I couldn't take care of the child or anything. It was a spatial kind of like disorientation that I noticed. But I'm saying all that to say this. I started soothing myself back then, but I was noticing the pockets of dissatisfaction, the pockets of sadness, right? The pockets of loneliness, because my God self, my spirit was ready for me to move into another dimension of growth. And because I didn't know that, I started filling myself up. Now I'm going way back. I'm going to date myself, y'all. Okay, y'all remember back, I was an ABC watcher back in the day. I would go to Lisa, walk up New Lots Avenue to the Chinese restaurant. I would get a half a chicken with fried rice. Y'all talk back to me if y'all remember this. Half a chicken with French fries. I would get a pack of, we call it Ching Charlie said back then. That was my Ching Charlie order. And then I would get some Chips Ahoy, cookies, and Pepsi. And I would go back home and I would start watching from Ryan's Hope. I didn't care too much about Ryan's Hope. Y'all talk back to me if y'all remember this. I'm going to see if I can remember, from Ryan's Hope to All My Children, to One Life to Live, to General Hospital. And then something was on at 4:00. I don't remember what it was. But that's when I started this adult conscious soothing, right? Because I didn't understand that the dissatisfaction that I was feeling was my soul saying, you've grown as far as you can go on this level. I'm ready to move. So you start learning how to soothe yourself. I was having fun, to me. But my whole point in bringing that up is that this is how we train ourselves to override the messages from the soul. The Edge of Night. Yeah, I didn't care about that one, Lisa. Yes, I was an ABC girl, right? And I understand General Hospital is still running. I haven't watched that in years. So, but then over the years, I recognized that I was soothing and I was in avoidance, right? This is what I want us to identify, because your soul is knocking on the door saying, hey, we need to move from here. But you're not going to be able to move if you don't learn how to guard your life force, strengthen and build up your life force. Build up that energy. So we have to do this energy audit, because we have to ask the questions, what is my soul longing for? And so today, that's what I want you to do. I want you to get in your quiet space. I want you to come into stillness. And we can do that right now. Come on. Take a deep breath in and exhale and relax. Come on, go with me. If you can close those eyes, go. Deep breath in and exhale. Bow the head just a little bit. Open the hands in receiving mode. Bow the head. One more for the power of 3. Deep breath in and exhale. Come into divine stillness. Divine stillness. and ask your soul. Feel. Come on. You know what I always say, look to see, listen to hear, sense to feel. Ask your soul, what do I really want? What am I missing? What am I missing? What do I really desire? And you want to feel. You want to connect in. You want to ask, what do I really want? What is it that I truly, truly, truly desire? What is it? You want to feel that calmness. You want to feel the stillness. You want to spend as much time as possible. You look to see, listen to hear, sense to feel what is the Spirit saying. And if you don't hear nothing, feel nothing, or sense anything, you just sit in the stillness, because more is caught than taught. And more will work in the unseen realm for you than you realize, bringing things together. So never worry if you're in stillness and you don't hear, you don't see, you don't feel, it's just quietness. Then that is your indication there is a lot working for you. And over the next few hours, the next few days, watch what pops up in your realm of appearance. Watch what pops up on your timeline. Watch. So we all know that we're in this space now where everything is just so connected, and all we're doing now is thinking things, right? And we're seeing it pop up on our timeline, pop up in our environment. That lets you know that all the angels, archangels, ancestors, everything in the unseen realm is working to bring you to exactly where you need to be. Exactly where you need to be. And so I was sharing that how just the other day, I wanted to go check a video or something. And I got up and I went in to go do that, to look for the video, and got distracted. And started doing something else. Now, this is just going on in my mind. When I went back into wherever it was, it popped right up on my feed, the exact video that I was looking for, right? Because I didn't know if I saved it in Facebook or if I saved it on TikTok. I didn't know where I saved it. And so I got up to go look for it because I wanted to hear the little song, and I got distracted. And then later on, when I went back, that very thing that I wanted to go look for popped right up where it was TikTok saying, visit some of the things that you saved. And the very video that I wanted to look for was right there. So we all are experiencing this more and more and more and more and more. All this is letting you know, beloved, everything is coming into divine alignment, agreement, and support. Y'all talk back to me. Thoughts, questions, comment, feedback. Come on, are y'all experiencing this more and more and more? You're just thinking something. You're not saying anything to anybody, and bam, it's just showing up. Don't take that for granted. That's feedback from 5D. That's feedback from the unseen realm, letting you know, hey, this is all working. So for our purposes this week, we want to pay attention to the light force, because we're getting ready to build up as we do this full-blown energy audit this week. We're going to build up our light force so that you can get clarity again. You can move with confidence. You can take bold moves, but it all is going to begin with your energy, with your life force. We're going to guard that. You're going to identify what's draining you. You're going to separate yourself from that. You're going to set loving boundaries. This is not about rebuking somebody, cutting somebody off, telling somebody off. It's not about any of that. It's about building loving boundaries to insulate yourself with what you need to be strong, to be your strongest. Because I know this without a doubt, beloved, we're being called into the greatest season of our lives. with full-blown manifestation. I believe that. But it's going to take some insulation, some separation, and insulating yourself with what's going to build your energy up. Build your energy up. And we're going to take care of everything that's draining us. Rather it's in your environment, rather it's in relationships, rather it's in your own mind, the way that you're doing things to drain your own energy, the way you're eating, the way you're drinking, whatever it is, the way you're smoking, whatever it is that you know is interfering with your life force and your strength, we're going to start separating, insulating, one day at a time. One day at a time. All right? Any thoughts, questions, comment, feedback before we go? We're sowing seed today. We want to be a blessing. We're still using the number 11, the number 5, the number 3, any variation of that. I'm excited about going into the 12th month, going into the final month of this year, and I want to go out blazing. We're going to get our energy right. All right? All right, lovelies, I'm going to release you with many blessings for the rest of your day. Be looking for emails from me this week. We're going on. We're going to continue on. Have a blessed, wonderful, and amazing rest of your day. Bye for now.